Section 4.5, multiplication with decimals. Multiplication with decimals is like multiplication of integers with an extra step. When we multiply decimals, we do the calculation as if the decimals were not there and then put the decimals in at the end. Example, compute 0.5 times 0.09. To do this calculation, we want to think about the calculation 5 times 9. 5 times 9 is 45. And now what we'll do is we're going to count up the number of decimals that there are in the problem. 1, 2, 3. There are 3 decimals. And so our final answer will have 3 decimals. And so we have to make sure that we have a placeholder here and then a decimal point in order for us to have 3 decimals. Now when we actually do this calculation, we will not be writing all this extra stuff. We will simply have this. Now this calculation should seem familiar in a certain sense. Earlier we had calculations like 50 times 900. And what we would do is we'd do 5 times 9 is 45, and then count up the zeros, and then put that many zeros after the answer. We're doing the same thing, except that instead of putting zeros at the end, we're just increasing the number of decimals. Example, compute 0.27 times 0.6. We will do this calculation using the distributive property. So we will first break down the first number, 0.2 plus 0.07 times 0.6. Now if we wanted, we could write that as 0.20, but that extra 0 is not going to change anything. 0.2 times 0.6 plus 0.07 times 0.6. 2 times 6 is 12, and then we want 2 decimal places, plus 7 times 6 is 42, and then we want 3 decimal places. 0.12 plus 0.042 is equal to 0.162. Section 4.6, division with decimals. In reality, we do not do a lot of division with decimals by hand or mentally, but it's important to understand the simpler calculations. Example, compute 2.8 divided by 4. 2.8 divided by 4 is a lot like 28 divided by 4. 28 divided by 4 is 7. Our final answer will be 0.7. When we divide by an integer, we have the same number of decimals in our final answer as the number we're dividing. Example, compute 0.049 divided by 7. 0.049 divided by 7, we want to think about 49 divided by 7, which is 7. And then our final answer will have 3 decimals. So we have to put in 2 digits there to get our final answer, 0.007. When the divisor has decimals, we rewrite the problem. Example, compute 0.21 divided by 0.7. We want to divide by an integer. So what we want to do is we want to move this decimal 1 place to the right, and then move this decimal 1 place to the right. 2.1 divided by 7, which is equal to 0.3. Of course, these extra markings don't belong in the final answer. And so there's our answer. This is very similar to a calculation we had earlier, 210 divided by 70, and we canceled out one of the zeros to get 21 divided by 7. This canceling out of zeros is very much like moving the decimal 1 to the left. We're doing the same thing here, except we're moving the decimal to the right. Example, compute 2.1 divided by 0.07. We want to move the decimal point 2 to the right, so we will have 210 divided by 7, which is 30.